This is not good. Ants just moved into my beautiful birdhouse. I gotta do something about this lickety-split.
Okay, go.
Okay, I got busy on this, and it's ant-free. I haven't seen any ants for 3 days. And what I did, I'm gonna zoom down here. I took a tablespoon of borax, 3 tablespoons of sugar, put a little water in it and some breadcrumbs, and the ants take it back to their nest, and it seems to have worked. Ta-da!
Okay, go.
The black cap chickadees moved out of the front nest, and they moved into here the other day. They're not gonna come out because I'm standing here, but they made the hole bigger and just like took over.
Go.
Ew! What's under there? Oh, nothing. Ew! What's under there? Nothing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for ooh, what's under there? Ooh. Did you get it?
Yes. Okay, go.
Ew, I don't know what lives in there, but I'm not gonna poke it with a stick. Just spied a pair of mallards down by the creek. Let's see if I can catch them. So I've reclaimed a lot of this area too. This is where the brush pile was. It sunk a lot over the winter, which is great. And where I used to have to climb through all the weeds to get to where the ducks are, it's all grassy meadow. I'm gonna try and keep some trails through here this year. Alright, well here we are down in the willow forest, and this spring I got way ahead of things. I reclaimed a lot of space, and it was too wet to mow, but I got the weed whacker down here, and the whole willow tree, it all sunk a lot lower than it was last year, but that just means there's more of it I can reach safely. I'll see the stuff up at the top here.
Okay, go.
Okay, so I kept this area, I got this cleared out a little bit. I still want to pick up all this dead stuff, but this is that willow that I braided together last spring, and it's healthy and living. It's all covered in suckers. I'm gonna rip these guys off and see what it does, and I think I might tie it, I don't know, in an arch or a circle or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave it alone. You never know.
Okay, go.
Okay, one of my goals for this year, we'll see how it actually goes, is to get this area kind of a little bit more free flowing, and an island is formed here, so maybe I'll just put out a lawn chair so I can watch the ducks. But I kind of want to work a little bit along here and get some more of this dead stuff out. And I think the ducks are nesting up there, so I don't want to mess around too much right now, and all the birds are starting to build nests, so, but at least I've weed whacked enough where I've kind of claimed my territory, so that's this portion of the creek shots.
Okay, go.
These are white currants, and it's May 21st, I think. Usually these aren't ready until July, so things are really happening early this year. Okay, here's the sunflower patch, or last year's sunflower patch. It's going to be mostly gourds this year, but I have been, little by little, I have all my garden beds pretty much worked over at least once.
And go.
Okay, it's early spring, and I want to make some dandelion jelly. And to do that, you need about 4 cups of dandelion flowers. And when you pick them, it's best to do something kind of like that, because you don't want any of this green stuff. It makes everything bitter, so you just want the flowers. And I need about 4 cups of those. That's gonna take a while, but it's worth it because it tastes, a lot like bees' honey. It's actually, they used to call it poor man's honey. I found quite a few recipes for it like that. But anyways, I'm gonna continue foraging and be back with the progress report. Alright, here we have 4 cups of dandelion flowers, and here comes another car. Here is 4 cups of dandelion flowers, 6 cups of boiling water, and another cup. This is 4 cups of dandelion flowers and about 6 cups of boiling water. I put in a little sachet with some ginger and cinnamon in it, and it needs to sit for 24 hours before I start to cook it off. Well, I added 5 cups of sugar to 5 cups of the liquid that I got out of that big jar, and I boiled it for about 4 hours, and it reduced down to 5 half pints, and I'm calling it dandelion honey, DANDYLION honey. Ooh, there's the bee. Anyways, I'm going to make another batch and I'll show you more of the process. Yeah, I'm going to sugar some lilacs for a friend's birthday cake. Well, actually birthday cupcakes. I'll show you how it's done.
Okay, go.
A really good friend of mine's birthday, well, I already did the finished product, but his mom used to sugar lavender flowers and, I'm sorry, lilac flowers. Can we do that over?
Okay, go.
A really good friend of mine's birthday just happened, and when he was little, his mom used to sugar lilac flowers for him on his birthday. So I did that for him, and I'm going to show you how to do it. It's really fun. You just get fresh lilacs and you make sure they're really dry. And you take each little flower, and then I have just a little bit of egg white with some water, just a few drops of water. And you coat the flower with that. And then this is just regular white sugar, but you grind it up in the, well, I use the coffee grinder. You can use a food processor if you have one. And you don't want to use confectioner sugar because that has cornstarch in it. And you just coat the flour like that, and then you put it on a cookie sheet to dry. Well, a little more gently than that. And the finished product looks like that. These are a couple days old. You can see it's kind of starting to turn a little brown. That's why you need to use them right away. But it's a really fun thing to do. Here's a little during the process video. 2 jars on the left are going to be dandelion ointments. The 4 jars are my dandelion honey. And let me get a close up here. It's too hot to bake a cake. It was 94. So I made up a quick plate of fudge, and those are my sugared lilacs, which I'll be showing you how to do later. Or maybe you've already seen it. It all depends on how it works out in the edit.
Okay, go.
Well, I went to the nursery the other day. I thought, ooh, I'm going to get a lilac bush because they were my mom's favorite. And I thought, ooh, that would be wonderful. And one lilac bush was $50. So I got a bottle of root hormone, and I went around and I got other people's lilacs. So I'm going to try and start them from scratch. And it's really simple. What you do is you just take a nice cutting with some nodes on it, and you cover it with the rooting hormone and make sure it's nicely coated up to the nodes, and then poke it in, cover it up, and you have to make sure the soil stays really moist and that it doesn't get below 65 degrees. And tonight what I'll do is put a plastic bag over each one of these just to make sure that the plants themselves stay warm. And then after a week or two, you just give them a little wiggle and see if they've started to root. And if they have, you can transplant them into separate containers until they get big enough to transplant into the ground. And I've always loved forsythias, and so I'm trying some of those too with the Rootatone. And I'm also going to try and root some just in water because it's happened before by mistake and I never planted them. So hopefully this time next year I'll have a whole bunch of lilacs and forsythia bushes.
Go.
What's under here?